Hello! I am super into biohacking and longevity, if you haven't figured out already. And I happened to go to Sprouts today, and I thought I would show you everything that I picked up and explain why it's super clean and healthy for you versus all of the other alternatives. First things first, I definitely shop around the perimeter. So I'm trying to do all whole foods, getting away from anything that's in a package that's in the middle of the store, even those gluten-free crackers or things that you think taste good. I'm really trying to stick to whole foods that don't come in a package and don't really have an ingredient list. So let's check it out. Let's see. So I grabbed Essentia water. It's still not great that it's in plastic, but I absolutely love it because I'm at an Airbnb. I do not have reverse osmosis, and it has really high pH. So it's an alkaline water. Not a lot of bottled waters can be very acidic. So that's why I got the Essentia, and it was a BOGO, buy one, get one free. Then I grabbed some bulletproof MCT oil. Super amazing for brain health and cognitive function. Definitely measure this though, because it can really upset people's stomachs. So I'd start with like half a tablespoon or a full tablespoon in your coffee or matcha or some sort of soup. But that's great. Then I grabbed this because olive oil and other cooking agents, they have a very low smoke point. So the molecular structure of the oil changes as you get to high heat. So this, I believe, allows a smoke point up to 500 Fahrenheit, which is amazing for cooking, and it won't basically destroy your food and then your gut. I love Nutso. I love the original because it's crunchy, and it has 7 nut and seeds in it. So it leaves out like peanuts, which are very susceptible to mold, as are pistachios and cashews. I think those are in there. But what's great is that I can read every ingredient. It doesn't have any like extra palm oil in it, and it just has Celtic sea salt. So, and it's pretty easy to mix. Love Nutso. Hu is about the only chocolate that I've found that does not have some sort of nasty seed oil in it, and tastes really good. So super basic ingredients. It is spendy. You want to go dark chocolate. Milk chocolate is definitely not as healthy. And I'll say I'm a huge milk chocolate fan. So doing the dark chocolate has been really difficult, but I am going to train myself to do it because it's so much better than having milk chocolate. But I got the salty dark chocolate, which I love salt, almond crunch, and cashew butter. So I even was listening to Sean Wells, who's one of the master formulators ever for supplements, and he recommended Lily's, which is keto friendly. So is Hu. But when I look at the ingredients, they've snuck in sunflower lecithin. That is not good. And anything that has sunflower oil. So like I love these wonderful pistachios that are all flavored. But guess what? To add the coating or the seasoning to it, they put sunflower oil. And sunflower oil is horrible for you. It's high in omega-6s, and it's very inflammatory for the body. So we want to focus on omega-3s, not omega-6s. I'll turn it back around. Then for protein, I got some little jerky because I'm super low maintenance. I hate cooking. But I looked for grass-fed and finished, and it doesn't have a lot of extra junk in the ingredients. So Chomps is great. This one's got a little bit more ingredients, but again, grass-fed, and I had to get it because Fuego. I love spicy so much. So I hope it doesn't mess with my stomach, but it's great for high protein when you're in a pinch. This watermelon. So sometimes the beat up and more raggedy ones are actually better. And I had to get this guy because this little area is actually where the watermelon rests. and it's a good place to look to see the quality of the watermelon. And because this is so yellow, that means that it's fairly ripe. So I feel like it's going to be super juicy. Ones that are a little bit whiter are not going to be as ripe and not as flavorful. And one thing to note, this is great for like electrolytes in the gym, just having some watermelon or having some before as a pre-workout. One thing to note, all melons are celibates. So what that means is enzymatically, I think I just made that word up, it's best to eat them alone, because they actually, the way, how much water they have in them, they actually digest at a different rate than the rest of your food, and they can actually steal nutrients away from the other food that you're eating. So they are amazing to have melons, but they are meant to be eaten alone because they're celibate. Hope I taught you something. This isn't as great. It's the chicken, but I'm lazy and I don't like cooking. So it's decent, and I add these to my salads. I picked up an organic mango. Love these. It needs to get a little more ripe. And a little trick, because I'm from Arizona, tahini on this, or like papaya or even watermelon. It's like a chili lime salt. So freaking good. Got a staple, organic avocados. They need to ripen a little bit more. A little secret, when I'm looking for avocados, pop this little guy off, and if it's green in there, it's still good to go. And I can actually put these next to a bag of apples, and the sort of gas that the apples emit will help these ripen faster. Got some white peaches because they're in season. It's great to always eat fruit that's in season and locally available. I didn't see organic, but hopefully that's good enough. And then let's go to the fridge. So I got some sauerkraut. This is great. Fermented foods and fiber is amazing for digestion and making a stronger microbiome, your stomach. So having this a tablespoon or two in the morning before anything else has a whole bunch of built-in probiotics that is great for the stomach. One thing to note, which I just learned, the sauerkraut that you actually find in the shelves or in the middle of the store that isn't actually refrigerated does not have all the beneficial probiotics in it. So you want to go to the cold section and find the sauerkraut that's actually cold, because that's where you're gonna get the most benefit. And then I also got some kefir, which is grass-fed. I got the lactose-free because dairy doesn't super agree with me. And then I got organic. So definitely look for those types of things when picking up kefir. And then I got Carl on right now. He's got freaking probably chicken, so he's got real eggs. But the best store-bought eggs are definitely going to be pasture-raised, not cage-free. Pasture-raised, they actually have some room to walk and roam around, and I got organic on top of that. They're usually the most expensive, but it's the best unless you have a friend that has chickens that are producing eggs. Definitely go that route. I'm gonna close this for a second so it stops chiming. Lastly, I got some butter lettuce. This is hydroponic grown, and so less pesticides, and I just have to rinse it and eat it, and it's great. You can wrap it because it's got big juicy leaves, or I don't know, lettuce leaves. Then lastly, Sprouts, they're stepping up their game. They actually have grass-fed ground beef. They did have a whole bunch of grass-fed beef. I'm low maintenance with cooking, so I don't want to operate a grill or anything. I could have put it on the stove, but I like to put this in my salads along with the chicken. And then I got some raw milk goat cheese cheddar. So raw milk cheese is way better than pasteurized, homogenized milk, way better on the stomach. And I find goat to be a little bit more palatable on my stomach than cow cheese. And let's see. Lastly, I've got some organic carrots. I get the ones with the gigantic things on top of them. I just took these off. That's my favorite, usually the colored ones. They didn't have organic blueberries, but definitely opt for organic if they do. I find that these organic cucumbers in the packages don't have that astringent weird taste, so I always get English cucumbers that are wrapped in this package. And then I got some lemons. Having lemon water, half a lemon with Bragg's apple cider vinegar, which I have right here, a tablespoon, in the morning is really amazing for managing glucose. So if you're gonna have any type of bread or anything or pancakes for breakfast, do 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, half a lemon, and that helps flush out all the toxins in your liver from overnight and helps manage glucose all day. And then as a guilty pleasure, I got myself an organic Honey Crisp. These are engineered to have more sugar, but I just love Honey Crisp and I haven't had apples in months, so I got some. But if you're gonna eat something like this, eat it after fiber, proteins, and fats if you have it. So I will definitely be eating this with the nutso because it'll flatten my glucose curve. So that is all of the clean brands I found at Sprouts, and that's why I bought them all. So drop a comment if you have any questions, or let me know if I was spreading fake news. I hope not, and I hope you learned something. Bye, guys.